Hello, good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, October 12th, 2021. Welcome to the DJ Dani Show on HamiltonRadio.net, stream HR2. I'm your host, DJ Dani, and we're in our home studio tonight. We're actually going to be on HR1 because we're in our home studio tonight, but I'm very honored to have my guest tonight. Everybody knows him, not even just from being on TV or infomercials, but we all know him from a critically acclaimed chef, and we also know him for being America's best comfort chef. And I mean, you know where that goes from there. So we are so excited to have you here today, Eric. These. I knew that was going to happen.
It's like peace. It's like, give me a piece of pie. It's peace.
Okay. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate having you and just giving me your time. I know you're very busy with everything.
Hey, we're busy. Thanks for having me. This is awesome. I'm always happy to talk about myself. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you don't get that opportunity a lot, even with the pandemic, right? Or you do?
No, it's true. I mean, I'm always talking about the product. So, if somebody ever wants to ask me a question about me, I'm always happy to answer.
Well, I'm very glad for that. So why don't we get a little bit started just where you first got interested and into a lot with the infomercial industry?
Oh, man. When you grow up, you never think like, I'm going to be an infomercial guy. It's kind of a crazy world, I think, and a super fun one.
Yes.
I think I used to own a restaurant in a town called Westchester, Pennsylvania, which is where the QVC studios are. So we had that restaurant for a few years, and the people that came in were people that used to go on QVC, the show hosts for QVC, QVC managers, it was down the street so that they would frequent. And, you would eventually start asking them questions about what they did. And this QVC thing sounded very interesting to me. So sadly, when we closed the restaurant, I had some contacts over at QVC, and I started working as sort of like product development for a cookware company.
Okay.
That was also doing a lot of business with QVC at the time. And I said, once I can get my foot in that door, maybe I get on and start selling stuff on TV. And I started selling live on QVC after a couple of years, and then just sort of happen chance. Have you heard of Montel Williams?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I believe so. It sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, Montel, you're a little young, DJ.
I remember.
My dad.
I remember him, Eric.
Yeah. He had a talk show host. He was a talk show host, kind of like one of those fun afternoon talk shows.
Mm-hmm.
And he was selling his own brand of stuff on QVC. And he needed some help because he's got some reasons why he needed my help. And I would go on and sort of help Montel along the way with his live performances. And then eventually he didn't want to fly to QVC anymore. It was kind of far. And I would go on and I would do his stuff, and I would sell his stuff live on QVC. And that was where the infomercial company found me. And they said, hey, maybe we should do an infomercial with you. And I was like, yes, please do.
Because you were so ready. Like, you knew exactly what you were going to do, what you were going to say.
Well, I mean, I think it was just, I melded well with Montel Williams, and I'd already been on, selling for years on QVC. So I think for whatever reason, they thought maybe I'd be a good fit. And listen, I shot an infomercial. Was called the Power Pressure Cooker XL with them. It wasn't the first infomercial I did, but the first infomercial I did with them. And luckily it worked really well. And I did another one and another one and another one and another one. And that's, it's a longer story than that, but that's sort of how I kind of weaseled my way into to the infomercial world.
And it just sounds so exciting, though, because you had that opportunity to either work with different people that were either coaching you or putting you and teaching you what your next step would be.
Exactly. I got lucky because when I was working for the cookware company, I wasn't an employee. I was a contractor, and they basically hired me to sort of like help along with make the presentations look prettier. They were looking. I was a chef with business experience, right?
Yes.
So this cookware company, Meyer Cookware Company, I worked with them for many, many years. Their clients were Rachel Ray, so I got to work with her, Paula Deen, Rocco DiSpirito, Emeril Lagasse, So I got to work with all these.
I knew you worked with Rachel. I thought I heard that somewhere or something.
Yeah, yeah. For a very long time, she's so nice, and Paula is unbelievable, and Emerald. They're all amazing people, but they all have their own sort of style and flair and whatever they're bringing to the table.
Mhm.
So getting to work with all those people, you get to see a lot of stuff up front. You get to see how things are done, the way they're doing things, and it was a great experience. And it was just sort of, like I said, it was happen chance that this cookware company was looking for a guy with my experience to help them in a way that they never thought I would end up being on TV. But that's sort of the way it worked. But it was fun to meet all those great people with all these great personalities and all their great cookware and everything that they were doing.
Yeah, right? Like, were you big fans of them as well? Like, I'm sure you know who all of them were, but...
Oh, yeah. Did I know who they were beforehand?
Yeah, or, like you knew of Rachel Ray and everyone before you maybe started cooking, or did you ever look up to them? Who was your inspirations for cooking?
Oh, God. Well, I'm older. I'm not going to say how old, DJ Dani.
You're good.
But, I used to watch, like, Jacques Pepin and, the older chefs. And, I remember watching with my mom. There was a show called Galloping Gourmet.
Oh.
And, yeah, I'm really dating myself, right? But we had a great time watching those shows when I was younger. And Madeline Cooks was another show. And I used to just be dumbfounded. And, I was kind of cooking, joking around as long as I can remember. Most people do, but I absolutely loved it and got a kick out of it. And then because of my time at QVC, the cooking sort of married into products.
Mm-hmm.
So I became more of a product development. I started bringing in products, creating my own products in a lot of cases. So it was just sort of like a whole bunch of stuff happening. And I ended up, doing this, which is great. But meeting all those people along the way and working with them and in every capacity that I was with them, it was a great win. So there's just so many people I looked up to on TV and still do. I love Alton Brown. Do you know Alton Brown?
I do.
He's an interesting cat. Alton Brown he has a degree in food science.
Okay.
So he was a food scientist first, and then he became a chef. So his take on food comes from this incredible, like, scientific, background. Yeah. So he brings like this whole nother dimension to everything. And I love watching him. I love everybody that's on now today. Rachel and Paula, and I love Rocco. We had a great friendship, and I trained with a gentleman named Francis Falsinelli.
Okay.
He is a James Beard award-winning chef. He's got restaurants all over New York City. He's an amazing guy, and he sort of, like, took me up a level. Or I'm not in his league by any chance, but I'm more for the home cook.
Did he mentor you?
Yeah, definitely. I got to work with him for a couple of years, and wow,
he's amazing. Ropes of everything.
Yeah, the high end of culinary. And, I think it's nice to go high end and then, open up your own restaurant. And then, QVC, it's a mass retailer. So, you get the high end and then you get the mass, and then, you become a dad and
you have kids,
you're not going to make fancy dinners for, 2 or 3-year-old, even though I thought I would.
It gets a little tiring, right? You have to have all those ingredients every single.
But they don't like it. they want chicken nuggets, which is great now because I have a ton of air fryers, DJ Dani. I got like, probably 500 air fryers in my house right now. So I can make chicken nuggets all day long.
That's awesome. We still got to get our air fryer.
I'll send you an air fryer. Power Excel air fryer is on its way.
Oh my God. No, so I actually wanted to go a little bit because you went to culinary school, correct?
I did not go to culinary school. Okay. It's interesting because I wanted to go to culinary school.
Okay.
And I worked for Francis Falsinelli.
Yes.
For a couple of years, and he sort of, I was learning so much there. I was almost overwhelmed by how much I could learn from him. And I decided not to go. And I did a couple of other things and then ended up doing some catering. And the catering led me to the restaurant. And I got to open up our restaurant with my best friend, who still works with me today, which is fantastic.
That's amazing.
You know, if you can open a restaurant and close a restaurant with your best friend and they're still your best friend, that's a good thing.
That is.
That's not easy.
And it's the best because you still have that relationship probably still, you know? So
absolutely. And he's, you know, doing all the product development with me, and he sells on QVC as well. And we're, you know, it's kind of funny that we're still together. We left and came back and left and came back over
it's like
the years.
You had a break for a little bit, but you're like, I miss you, come back.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, like Rachel Ray did not go to culinary school. Paula Dean did not go to you know, so it's interesting with the TV chef thing, right? Because culinary school is fantastic. I you know, there's still days where I say, oh man, I wish I would have gone, you know, and then there's other times where I said, you know, maybe I would not have had all the opportunities that I had.
Correct. Yes.
Just because I kind of went in a different direction. And of course I met my wife at my restaurant, which
is that Jessica?
Which is great. Yes.
Okay, she commented also. All the comments, when people comment, they come on top of the screen. So she was our first comment.
Well, she better be.
You got professional designer.
Yes, but that's amazing. We also have a professional designer, Kat Oshman, watching as well, bikini designer around the world.
Oh wow, I love designers. I wish I could design, you know, other than a spatula or something, which is.
So I wanted to know about that. So I know the first product that we all know of more than anything besides the air fryer is Copper Chef. Now, where did this idea come from? Was this something that you wanted to, like, was it like a duplicate? Was it like a replica? Something in your mind that you just wanted to create to make it easy for us to cook? Take me through your process.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Copper Chef was kind of a collaboration with the infomercial company. Mm-hmm. They said to me, if we were going to do a cookware infomercial, which at the time, honestly, now there had been a lot of cookware infomercials after Copper Chef. There were some. I'm not saying there weren't, but in the modern sort of day of
not on TV all the time.
No, there really wasn't a lot of cookware. Infomercials were always like, you know, the higher end, like more expensive stuff, and very inexpensive, like $20 Gidgets and Gazmos. So when we talked about it, you know, I said, I love square pans. We had done some square pans on QVC under multiple brands and layers. And for me, I like pans that do a lot of things, because I always say, if you have things that do a lot of things, then you need less things. And most people don't have a lot of space in their kitchen. I mean, let's face it.
Yep.
I mean, no, I'm very lucky. I have a, you know, a nicer, larger kitchen, but listen, my mom as a kitchen, we used to eat in there. She used to cook in there. I mean, you couldn't change your mind in that kitchen. So, you know, that's where you kind of come to the realization that as a chef, chefs who design products don't always do a good job, because they don't get the home cook. They don't get it because they grew up in restaurants. Maybe their parents had a restaurant or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you really drill it down, most people have a very small amount of space. So the Copper Chef was great because it not only was it square, but it was high. So it could be a skillet, a stock pot, and a casserole pan all at once. And then we popped in a whole bunch of accessories so you could fry and all this stuff. So literally, what, you know, we used to joke around about it. We tried to create a desert island pan. Like, if you could have one pan and one cooking system, we called it, and you could take it with you and have nothing else. We wanted the Copper Chef pan to be that. And that's what it became. And it was, holy cow, man. I almost said a curse word. It was just took off like a straight line up. People reacted to it, and it was crazy. And I get still tons of love from all the air frying Facebook lives and YouTube videos that I do. Everybody, they'll see my Copper Chef in the background. They'll be like, I have that. I love it. You know?
Yeah. Well, I bet a lot of people ask you, do you cook in the Copper Chef? Now, this is something that you have to make.
Exactly.
I
have more Copper Chef. I could open up a copper mine here at my house. No. Listen, it was a great line. It's still being sold. Of course, everything reaches its pinnacle, and the Copper Chef did. There's other iterations of Copper Chef, and who knows, maybe we have some surprises down the road coming back. Everything has a life cycle
or something. Exactly. You never know.
You never know, but I'm always working on stuff, and I have some really cool stuff coming. So
that's exciting. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you a little bit just with cooking yourself, because I know you're a meat eater, correct?
Yeah. You can say yes. I get the meat sweats. I eat meat.
So I wanted to know, because a lot of our population now, all over the world, a lot of people are becoming more vegan or vegetarian. Yeah. Do you have options for them as well?
100%. So my 16-year-old son is a vegetarian.
Okay.
He became a vegetarian about 1.5 years ago.
I'm a vegetarian.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, is your dad a vegetarian too?
Yeah.
My mom too. She's in the corner.
Yeah, we have tons of my friends. In fact, the other night I had friends come over. It's so funny, the world today, right?
Yes.
We had friends that came over who were vegetarian, and then the other couple was lactose intolerant.
That's me. So I'm practically vegan. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't vegan, so I was like, all right, well, he's vegetarian, no problem. So I'm thinking of, some cool cheese, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, the other couple doesn't eat lactose. So, it was fun. So what I ended up doing was I made a mushroom-based bolognese, which is, if you don't know what a bolognese is, it's like a meat stew with tomatoes. I mean, that's really what it is. Very Italian. And I did put some Impossible meat in there, just for me, delicious. Because I like the texture of it, and I thought it would, beef it up a little bit. So almost anything now today, and there's some amazing products out there. I don't know if you're familiar with the product called Quorn, Quorn.
Yes, we love it.
I eat their chicken nuggets like my life.
I made them for my son Max the other night because we were having something that we were having chicken Caesar salad, but I love them. I said I would never have to eat like a real chicken nugget again, and so today,
yes, that's my favorite brand.
There's so many options out there. I mean, whether it's Impossible or Quorn or Lighthouse fake, I shouldn't say fake bacon.
I love
meat
Lighthouse.
Alternative bacon.
Yes.
And
smart.
So, I think like if you're someone who loves vegetables and you just don't care about that stuff, you're in good shape, right? But if you're someone who wants to eat less meat for either its health reasons or moral reasons or whatever your reasons are, today is the day to do it because it's so easy now. I'm impressed. And because of my son, he took me, pushed my limits. I'm trying to make, I have one son who eats everything, and I have another son who's very limited in his taste buds. Oh, it's pizza, chicken nuggets, and he's always been that way. Okay. So when he went vegetarian, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Because let's face it, he's not a huge vegetable eater.
Oh, okay. He's not.
So I had to find stuff that was fun. And so it's been a fun ride. And I know a lot more now than I did a couple years ago. And I thought I knew pretty good, but now I know more. And I'm super excited about this whole, the way the world is going, to give everybody options is fantastic. I heard Burger King is coming out with plant-based nuggets. So
okay. I know about their Whopper.
They're coming out. They're coming out with chicken nuggets. Okay. And I think it's great. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So, listen, we can't always be in a situation where we're eating the food that we need to eat. You're driving, you're at a rest stop, you're starving, this way. Hey, if you're vegan, vegetarian, or pescatarian, or anytarian, you're going to be able to find something now. And I think it's fantastic.
It is, because my boyfriend is actually vegan. Well, so he is allergic to dairy. If he has anything to do with dairy, he can die. He was born like that.
Oh my, that's serious
as well. Correct.
Wow.
So as of right now, I'm kind of just letting him eat whether his parents make him food or we just go to a vegan restaurant and it's all vegan food, so he can eat anything that his heart desires.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm looking for
that's
other
tough.
opportunities or options out there besides, you know, using like fake cheese or like oat milk or stuff like that, and, you know, alternatives.
Absolutely. And you know, that's a whole nother ball of yarn, right? You have oat milk and almond milk and all these great alternatives that are shockingly really good.
Oat milk.
And you know, there's the faux cheeses.
Yes.
There's a brand of faux cheese, and it's escaping me now. You probably know it.
Daya?
Daya, yeah. I tried like 5 of their. I tried their cheddar, and they have feta. They have everything.
Yeah, I like their sprinkled mozzarella.
It's very good. I mean, it's very good. So if you're dying for, you know, those tastes and you went vegan or vegetarian or whatever, you don't want to eat cheese, listen, you're in good shape now, man. It's fantastic.
So do you feel like a lot with what you have like in your cookbooks, like Toss and Go, your book that you're going to promote in a minute, I'm sure of, do you feel like you have options in there that, like, you know, your fans or your audience, we can change it up for other ingredients? Or do you prefer, like, do you have another opportunity for vegetarians?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question. So leading up to this book, I would say I did not.
Okay. Which
so
is fine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think my demographic is the word, you know, that they use in this bit is not necessarily in that lane.
Okay.
But I see the shift.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see the shift to keto. I see the shift to vegetarian and vegan, lactose options. So I try to be ready. I do a Facebook Live, which is also broadcast to YouTube and in my Instagram page every Thursday at 4:00.
Yes, your Power Air Fryer XL.
Yeah, and whatever product, I always promote one of the products that I'm doing with Power XL, of course.
Okay.
But we talk a lot about options. So on the live events, I try to tell everybody, hey, if you're keto, this is a great way to do it. If you're vegetarian, this is a great way to do it. I can't say that I'm super schooled in vegan, so I don't necessarily throw that word out there, but I do say vegetarian options,
which is good to start.
Yeah, and I get a lot of questions like that, so I have to be ready, and I'm all for it. I'm always up for finding a way to make something that has been mainstream and been around forever, make it vegetarian, or, you know, make it without lactose, or I'm in. So join me Thursdays at 4. I promise you I will find a way around it and help you make it taste good.
And what time do you have it go live? What time are you live?
It's 4:00 every Thursday on my Facebook, my YouTube, and my Instagram. We have this app I'm not super technological, DJ Dani, as you could see. Took me a couple minutes to get this going.
That's okay. I figured email was best in the beginning to reach out. So
no, it's good. It's good. But TriStar, who does the infomercials, they own the brand Power XL ultimately. They helped. They have this cool app that kind of streams things out on multiple platforms.
That's awesome.
Well, it's been great.
Well, what you're on right now is StreamYard, if this is very new to you as well. And this is actually live on our Facebook page. So when you shared my website the other day, it also went to my Facebook page where you're live right now for everyone.
I love it. It's so neat and clean. It's a very pretty app.
Yes, so it definitely can be, and it's more fun because it's very interactive when they have Facebook comments come in as well as people that tune in from StreamYard. So it can be a little overwhelming from time to time, but still interactive.
Yeah, that's great. I'm trying to do TikTok. I have some ideas. I just put a couple of things out there. You know,
I saw.
I just put 2, but I got to get good at it. You know, it seems like that's the up and coming thing. So I have this product. It's the Waffleizer. You're going to start seeing it everywhere.
This is a new product?
Yeah, it's the stuffed waffle maker.
Okay.
So you can make, I'm telling you, I made everything from tater tot waffle stuffed with like pastrami and cheese. I know a vegetarian's dream dish, but Or you can make just plain old stuffed waffles or
I like
bagel
the cheese,
waffles.
mozzarella sticks. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I could use those too.
No
But
meat.
anyway, it's super cool.
Oh,
So
no.
this, I'm going to hit the TikTok hard with this item because it looks kind of unassuming, but the stuff that I can do in here, if you saw the infomercial, which just launched, you'd be like, wow, that's like, I don't care what kind of food you eat, you'd want to use it in here.
I mean, it looks amazing. I want one. So
unless you can't eat bread. If you can't eat bread, you're in trouble.
I can have bread, but my boyfriend Chris, he has to be careful. Bread has milk in it.
Yes,
Kat
it
wants
does.
It does. But Kat, the designer right here, she said the stuffed waffle maker are what dreams are made of.
Just Google the Power Excel Waffleizer, and you will be blown away with the things that we do.
When did
in
this
here.
new infomercial come out? Is fairly new?
It's very, very new. Just a couple of weeks. It's at retailers all over the place. But the reason I had it with me because I thought it was fun. Because we don't just have air fryers. I have juicers and things like that. The air fryers, of course, are very super crazy popular right now. So my Facebook Lives are mostly geared toward that since there's so many people out there that are like hungry for anything new.
More options. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If you go to TikTok as that as well, for you starting, there's thousands of videos for people with Power Air Fryer XL. Whether it's not your brand or another brand, all you have to do is comment on there and you probably will make somebody's life happy. Just add cheese or something in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I need you to help me with that. I'm not, I'm navigating the whole social thing. It's overwhelming.
I mean, the only thing I'd be able to do is I could send you the TikToks through Facebook from Messenger, but it might be a lot and it might overwhelm you. That's the only thing. You'll be like, oh my gosh, DJ Dani, there's like 100.
I know. I went on TikTok once and I was like, it's not once, but I've been on a few times now, but it's pretty fun, I have to say.
I love that your last video that's on there is, I think, a s'mores chocolate chip pie or something.
Oh, wow, you're good. Oh man, you really did watch.
And I'm just like, of course he did this. You're pulling the whole audience of all the sweet teeth.
I'm trying, man. It's fun. When I get into this waffleizer thing, hopefully people will really I'll be able to embrace the TikTok. It just is perfect for TikTok, this thing.
Tell
us about it. It's a new thing. You're in promoting right now. Are you allowed to promote it or is it not out?
Oh yet? Yeah. No, this waffleizer. It's amazing. I'm telling you, I do everything from waffles. You could put a bagel in here. You could put a grilled cheese in here, like just regular bread.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link. You could put it up on your page. But it's
any way I can help promote
fun.
You, I'd love to.
I appreciate it. But I think people get a kick out of it more so than even the promotion of it. It's a fun way to cook. And the other night I took for my vegetarian son.
Yes.
I took crescent rolls, the kind that you whack in the can.
Yes.
I took those and I put those on the bottom. And then I put impossible meat in the middle with some cheese. Okay. And then I put more crescent rolls on top. And literally in 5 minutes, he had this crescent roll waffle. We call it a croffle. It's a crescent roll waffle stuffed with impossible meat and cheese. And it's freaking amazing, if I'm allowed to say that.
You can say that.
But it's fun. And he was like laughing while he ate it. He's like, I can't believe you made this in 5 minutes in this thing. So that's just one of the things you could do. So it's super cool.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that you had this new product out. I didn't even see it on your page.
Brand new. It's brand new.
I did my best promotion here, but you're just popping them out left and right.
That's right. So not this week, but next week I'm actually doing a fun recipe in this on my Facebook Live on 4:00 every Thursday. This week, if you tune in, I'm doing an air fryer. We're doing these fun things we call mummy meatballs. So we make meatballs and we turn them into mummies.
Oh, for Halloween.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, if I can, what other Halloween decorative food items do you do that other people may not know?
Just fun.
Oh, wow. It's so funny because I don't do a lot of of Halloween stuff, honestly,
Okay. Which
because
is fine.
yeah, no, it's fine. I love Halloween. It's just this year somebody was saying like, let's do something. You should do something fun for Halloween, and I have in the past done like I make these little. So it's really funny, right? You take a Dunkin' Munchkin.
Okay.
Everybody knows what a Dunkin' Munchkin is.
I love those. I love Dunkin' Donuts.
And a little clay pot that you put plants into.
Mm-hmm.
Like those little tiny clay pots.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, they're bakeable. You can get them everywhere. And then so you fill that with cake batter. You bake the cake batter in the little pot, and then you put the Dunkin' Munchkin in and fill it with graham crackers to make the graham crackers look like dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take green and orange icing, and I turn it into like a green and orange cactus. And I've done that for Halloween, which was super fun.
Well, that's
cool.
Adorable.
It is adorable, and you don't need a lot of decorating skills. I try not to do things that are like, oh my God, I'm never going to do that. Like if you saw me do it, like you'd be like, I never decorated anything in my life, and I could do that.
Yes.
That's what I think is fun. Yeah.
I like the steps. Do you do things for the holidays like Christmas as well?
Yeah, definitely. I like, especially like I do like barks. Do you ever see the barks? It's like you could do candy cane bark. It's like melted chocolate and white chocolate and barks and things like that. I try to do those things. They get a big wow, and it doesn't take. You don't have to be the cake boss.
Okay.
I don't. Listen. I mean, we all can't be the cake boss as much as we want to be. I would love to decorate a cake like the cake boss. He's amazing, right? Mm-hmm. But most people want to do something fun to get a big wow at the holidays. And, these barks are beautiful and fun, and they're very easy to make. And then, of course, I do a lot of roasts and Christmassy kind of food like that as well. But as far as desserts, I like to keep my desserts simple, easy, and fun.
I love that. I love how you make it so festive, though. Whether it's a holiday or it's not a holiday, it's still fun. I
try to keep up with the trends. There's lots of trends. Like there was this one trend. It was what were they calling it? French fry macaroni. So they were frying macaroni. You cook the macaroni, like a ziti or whatever, and then you coat it in some really fun flavors. Put it in the air fryer, and it comes out super crispy, crunchy. And then so you serve those, and it's like air fried macaroni, air fried pasta, whatever. And that was a huge trend. So I felt like I had to do it. Yes. Yeah. So you're on TikTok. So that was a huge one.
Yes.
So I figured I would do it, and it was great, and it's super fun. You try to put your twist on it. I did a Mexican one, a Mexican themed one.
Good.
I did an Italian.
You're keeping up with the trends as long as you use the sound in your story or whatever it is behind while you're talking. You're good.
That's
you got to use the sound. The sound is what makes you get the hits. I don't know why. It's weird, but
I know. I'm trying to get there. DJ Danny, maybe you can help me with that. I don't know. I feel like you're way more cool than I am, so I need your help.
I mean, I'm in the generation right now where a lot of my generation and a lot others, and I guess Gen X and all the other stuff. It's more the fact that it's the way that we promote, or it's what we look at when we promote. Like you have to pull something that appeals their eye as soon as you see it in order for them to actually watch it. If it's just like a TikTok that's just boring and there's nothing going on and there's just a funny sound, it's really sad to say, but we'd watch it just because of the sound. Like we wouldn't care about the video at all. But
I'm starting to notice that.
Comments?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at a couple of things and I'm like, I watched it twice and I'm like, why? Why did I watch that twice? Like, I don't even know why. But I did. I was like, I gotta watch that again. And then I'm like, why is this so popular? Like, it'll have 50 million views and you're like, what am I doing wrong, man? Like this is not very interesting. But I watched it twice.
And it's that. And then it's also the fact that if you have a pet, like, do you have animals? Do you have animals at your house or no?
I have 3 Maine Coon cats. Okay. And I have another Maine Coon kitten coming on its way.
Oh, okay.
It's coming from Texas.
If you put them in your video, you'll hit hits too.
I did it, but I didn't do it on TikTok. I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
But one day I was holding my favorite. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but I do have a favorite of the three, and I was holding him, and he's very mellow. He's almost like, almost like as if he were on medication. Like he's so mellow.
Like he's just, yeah.
So my wife was like, "Oh, let me get a shot," and she came in with the camera thing that we use, the little with my iPhone, one of those things that you hold.
Tripod?
Well, yeah, it spooked him, and he he ran up me right over my face. I was bleeding.
I understand.
So
I'm
we
a cat
posted
person
it.
as well.
And
I got all the love on my arms.
I know it is.
Like cat love.
He's never done that before, but when cats get spooked, dude, they're survival of the fittest, right? They're out of there.
Do you also, because I didn't even know you had animals, now this is just coming to me like an amazing idea. Do you make like food for your animals from food?
I am guilty of giving my cats table food a
Okay.
little bit.
Yeah.
But I have not cooked specifically for my cat. Now, cats, as you know, are pretty finicky animals.
Oh, yep.
And I'm lucky really that they like the food that they eat. If I change it or I can't get it, they cover it up. You know how they do that? That if I change their food, they cover it up like, they're,
So that's what
disgusted by it.
Mancoon does too, because I have a domestic short hair, all black. Her name is Pepper. When she is done eating, completely done eating, she will somehow grab something on the floor, have it attached to her paw, and throw it on top of her food. Whether it's a stock, whether it's a receipt, something. And I wish I could say that I'm lying, but she literally walks around the house looking for it to throw it on her food.
That's amazing, right? Like where did they come up with this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. If I give my cat anything they don't like, they cover it up.
Or they try to knock the bowl over. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And the water bottles. I can't leave a water bottle anywhere.
Oh, well, she doesn't have that. She has a regular bowl, and she'll drag it with her paw off the placemat and all over the floor. It just tips. It's crazy.
I'm a cat lover. We're all cat lovers.
I am too.
So,
this household as well.
But if I had a dog, there's no chance I wouldn't be cooking for him. Like I get a kick out of it.
Easier.
Yeah, I have friends with dogs, and I send, I braised some lamb shanks the other day, and I was like, I gotta save these for my friend. You put the bones in the freezer because there's nothing like watching a dog with a bone. But for me, it's cats all the way.
Yes. Well, I'm glad. I'm sure that's why we get along so well. It's because
that's right.
Cats. No, Dr.
We have that cat connection.
I'm sorry.
No. I had a question. Like the Waffleizer you were talking about.
Yeah.
I had a little idea because when you were talking about going back. I used to eat mashed potatoes, but I wouldn't eat my vegetables when I was young. So I mixed my corn and my peas in the mashed potatoes. If you put that in the waffle thing, that'll give you like a waffle mashed potato vegetable.
I'm gonna try it.
That's good.
Oh my God.
You know what? That's actually a really good idea. I'm telling you. And we used to eat. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is a great idea you just gave me.
Yeah.
When we had leftover mashed potatoes, you would make them into patties and cook them in butter.
Yep.
Sort of make like not a potato pancake, but a mashed potato pancake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were delicious. And then you said the peas and the carrots, which reminds me of shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking you could do the mashed potatoes with the peas and the carrots. Put a little cheese in the middle. I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna let you know if it works because I love that idea.
You have to.
Oh my God.
I have not done potatoes.
You gotta get a waffleizer, Dad.
I'll send you guys one. All I've done is the potato tots. Those little potato tots?
Mm-hmm. Tater tots. Yeah.
They come out amazing in here. But mashed potatoes,
so
probably one of my favorite things in the whole world.
I was going to say, regarding everything, though, besides when you were just growing up, did you know you wanted to be a cook? What did you want to be when what were you telling people that you wanted to be? What was your person?
Yeah. Well, I think, I always did like to cook. And maybe when I was very little, maybe I thought about it. My mom, I'll never forget, my wife's heard this story 1,000 times, but I do remember, we used to go to the library, DJ Dani.
My mom works there.
Oh my gosh, she does. That's awesome. So you know what a library is. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I'm not sure a lot of people remember the library, but we would go to the library. There's, on a rainy day, and I could pick whatever I want. And there was this little kid cookbook, and it was, very simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom got it for me. And I remember I came home. I was probably 6 or 7, who knows? But I made a cornbread from scratch.
Okay.
And man, was I proud of that cornbread. And, everybody ate it and they were like, "Oh, Eric, this is the best cornbread." They were probably half lying, but it's the best cornbread we ever had. And then like on Thanksgiving, we would churn our own butter and do things like that. My mom was really good about that. My mom's Italian, North Jersey Italian. So we lots of cooking of the spaghetti gravy and, I listen, I think everybody cooks. I know the Italians tend to keep it like, that's our thing.
Yeah.
We do the Sunday gravy.
Italian, so, yeah.
What's that?
I'm 50% Italian.
Oh, well, so am I. The other part of me is, like German and Russian and all sorts of stuff.
Me too.
Oh, again, see, we're like simpatico. We love cats. We're half Italian and half Eastern European.
And if you live in New Jersey, you're probably not that far from us, believe it or not. We're in New Jersey. So
where in New Jersey are you?
Robbinsville is the studio.
Princeton area.
Oh, Princeton. Oh, okay. I used to play tennis down in Princeton. What's the little town right next to Princeton?
East Heightstown? No. West Windsor?
There's a couple towns there.
Yeah. But anyway, we used to go to Princeton University. I didn't go there.
Yeah.
We used to go there, and they had that beautiful little town, and we used to eat outside after we played. Belmead. I used to play Belmead.
Oh, Belmead, yes.
Yeah. And my parents are maybe 35, 40 minutes up the road. They're in Central Jersey.
Oh, that's where we are.
But you guys are in the southern Central Jersey. We were in the northern. So we're up by Rahway.
Got you.
Yeah, you guys were down by Princeton. So, we kind of encompass all of New Jersey, the two of us.
Yeah.
The central part.
Yeah. Right.
If you're from anywhere else, I was from North Jersey and you were from South Jersey, but we know we're from Central Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Only Jersey people know Central Jersey. And Joe Piscopo, maybe. He knows what exit that is.
Joe, yeah. She don't know who that is.
I know. I love this. I love that your dad's there. At least he gets half my jokes.
Well, my mom's here as well, and I'm sure you get half the jokes. Yeah, she gets them as well.
She's the quiet one.
She's the quiet one.
That works at the library, but she's a.
No, I know your mom. Your mom probably calls it mozzarella, right? Did she say mozzarella?
She's not Italian. I'm the Italian one.
Oh, you're the Italian. Oh, okay.
She's all the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm everything else from my mom.
Mozzarella and gravy instead of sauce and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, there was a musical that our town did, our people we knew, it's gravy, not sauce.
Yeah, but
are you kidding?
Lenny Gatto did it, yeah.
It was a show that they were saying it was like Italian, but it was like, it's gravy, not sauce. And it was like people bickering.
We call it gravy. It's funny, when you're little, you only think it's gravy. If somebody says sauce, you think of something you put on meat. Like a brown sauce, or something, or a white sauce, but you don't ever think of spaghetti gravy. But everybody else here calls it spaghetti sauce, so you got to go with it.
I mean, that's how I was raised, so yeah. It's like people look at me crazy if I said that.
Yeah, now I have to make, the meat gravy for, half our family, and then Max gets, we call it a marinara sauce.
Right.
It's just vegetable. Yeah, it's just tomato, garlic, a little onion, maybe some other stuff. But it's fun, Well, between the four of us, sometimes I make 3 different things. So I think a lot of families are like that now. You're constantly everybody's changing. When I was young, and I'm sure when your dad was young, you just ate what was on the table or you starved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not anymore, man.
Now it's just either what's in the freezer, what we feel like making. I wish we could all cook as a family one day. That would be great, but that's hard to do.
It is hard to do. It is.
Because you want to do homemade or something. Plus, I don't really know how to cook as well as everyone else. So I could do eggs and pasta.
Well, listen, I will cook for you if you help me with TikTok. 'Cause I'm trying to figure that out.
Deal.
I'll make you vegetarian and vegan food all day. You help me with TikTok one
TikTok
day.
I mean, believe it or not, I just hit 1,000 followers, so I do get to go live now. If you hit 1,000 followers, you go live.
Oh, congratulations.
That's good.
So, and you start making money on TikTok when people send you gifts when you're live.
Ah, see, I didn't even know that.
See,
I need you, DJ Dani. I need you.
And you can cash out from PayPal too when you get the money. So.
Now that I know, I get the PayPal thing. I'm good at that.
So let's talk about Toss and Go, your book that you just have randomly sitting there.
I just happen to. Oh my gosh, I just happen to have one. So this was the last book that I did, the most recent one, Toss and Go.
Did it come out in June?
This came out, I think it was January.
Oh, okay.
So this book was written for pressure cookers and slow cookers.
Okay.
So, I had the Power Pressure Cooker XL was my first infomercial. So will always be my favorite because,
the first.
But I've always loved pressure cooking. I think pressure cooking is a great way for families. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you're vegan, vegetarian, a meat eater. Pressure cookers are great. They're easy, fast, and now they're just easier because they're electric. Back in the day, you had to put them on the stovetop with the jiggle valve and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. It's so much easier, but it's also written for slow cookers. So you can slow cook, if you have one of those rival stock pots, or I have a Power XL. It's called the Power XL Air Fryer Combo. And that has a slow cooker in it, believe it or not. It's an air fryer that also slow cooks. So this book was written to be incredibly easy. So the premise of it is you literally just toss in the ingredients.
Oh, wow.
You cook them and go. No, you don't ever sear anything. You don't saute. You don't sweat. You don't melt. You don't do anything. You literally put the ingredients in the pot and you just turn it on. So you can literally make anything. We have everything from soups to salads, believe it or not, to desserts and everything in between. And I think that people, especially now, like we just have, we're in this horrible, annoying pandemic situation, as we all know. And, people started cooking at home a lot more because their favorite restaurant maybe couldn't open, sadly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think also some people, because of that, started liking cooking a little bit more. So if you're someone who has to cook but doesn't love it, you will love the Toss and Go cookbook because it's easy. If you're someone who likes to cook, well, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we can't always cook gourmet, right?
No.
But you like to cook, you want to cook easy stuff. Yeah. So it's an easy way to cook. And I'm going to expand the series. This is the first in a series. The next one is going to be, I'm not going to tell you because I can't. But
no, you can't. It's okay. But there's more coming. This is what we said.
Yeah, because everybody doesn't have a pressure cooker or a slow cooker. So I'm going to make another Toss and Go series coming out next year for that. I have a new air fryer cookbook coming out. That'll be coming out in January, and I'm super excited about that. Okay. And I think, I think especially the customers now, air frying. I would say air frying is no longer a trend; it's a technique. When you go to the store and you look up chicken nuggets, whether they're corn or whatever the brand is, or Tyson, they put air fryer directions on the back now.
Actually, you're right. I think.
Yeah.
Did you do that with corn?
I don't know if corn started yet, but that's what's going to happen. Because,
might have.
And that is another really, really good brand.
Oh, if you need other brands, we can tell you. We had all of them. We love them.
Yeah, you should tell me because there was another one called Simulate. Have you had that one?
I don't think so.
It's called Simulate. Simulate, and there's a hen on the front. It's so adorable. But those were my favorite until the corn. I
The
think the
corn is
are the
my
best.
favorite because,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I don't know how to make regular sauces, but I use Ken's honey mustard, and I just squeeze that and dip it, and it's the best thing in the world.
Well, I love that you said that because, it's things like that. They call them supermarket shortcuts, right?
Yes.
So you don't have to be a fancy chef to make things that taste good. There's an amazing amount of things at the supermarket that it's supermarket shortcuts. They call it almost homemade. All of that stuff I incorporate in Toss and Go as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people like that because like the mummy meatballs, right, that I'm going to make on Thursday. I give a recipe for pesto meatballs. We want to turn them green because it's Halloween. So it's a pesto
we can do
meatball.
Pesto vegetarian meatballs.
It absolutely could be. Listen, I can make them with zucchini and mushrooms and peas. I could easily do that as well. Chickpeas, I can make those. And you do the same thing. You air fry them, and then you wrap crescent roll dough around them, and you turn them into mummies. So, but I tell everybody, listen, if you don't want to make the meatballs homemade, no problem. There's great options out there. There's Impossible Meatballs. There's Mama Mancini Meatballs. There's Wegmans Meatball. Like you can buy them and then turn them into mummies, just like that. So I always give tons and tons and tons of options every Thursday.
Another option I was going to let you know regarding your son that's being vegetarian. Have you had Don't Have a Cow? They have burgers and meatballs. They're the best thing in the world.
No, I have not.
They're from Wegmans. They're called Don't Have a Cow.
I know. I've not tried that, but I will.
So they have burgers and meatballs, and we put them like on sandwiches, like a meatball sandwich, and it's just delicious.
We're the short order people here. We just, you're right.
Yeah, listen, you know what? It's if you're
Just
busy, especially, this is a great time to live. When we were younger, you had to cook everything. The frozen food wasn't as good as it is now. I mean, the options are incredible. And to be able to come home and throw it in an air fryer or a pressure cooker.
And just let it cook.
Because listen, you have to cook it, right? Yeah. I mean, unless you go to fast food and bring it home that way. But if you're going to cook something, throw it in an air fryer, throw it in a pressure cooker, slow cooker, whatever it is. All of these appliances that we have now, PowerXL especially, we make life easier. And the supermarket's making life easier. PowerXL's making life easier. Toss and Go is making life easier. And I think because of the pandemic, especially, you have to figure out ways, you can't always, there's a spike today, a spike tomorrow, whatever the heck is happening. Maybe you don't want to wear the mask today. You feel like staying home.
I wish that was my option. Work doesn't allow that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can't go to your favorite restaurant all the time, sadly. And there's great options at home. But if you want to heat it up, listen, we have options for you, and I think it's a great it's a great time to be. If this happened even 30 years ago, it would have been much, much harder without Amazon and Instacart and all these amazing things that we have today. It's we can live and eat way better even when the chips are down. So,
and even though with the Power Air Fryer XL, it's more the fact that you're not really going to be eating a lot of fried food, correct? Like it's more of the fact that it's healthier for you.
Right. So
you can do that.
And I've said this 1,000 times. With the Power XL, with air frying, you're using superheated cyclonic air instead of oil, right? Mm-hmm. But listen, we all love fried food, whether you're vegetarian or not.
Yes.
Right? We like it fried.
I do. So, I want French fries right now.
You want French fries? Yeah, I want French fries right now too. And I want potato tots and all that stuff and mashed potatoes in the Waffleizer.
Like this whole show is just making me starving.
I'm starving actually. It's like 7:23. I'm like dying of starvation. I made actually gravy tonight. We're having spaghetti gravy with spare ribs and all the stuff that you're not going to eat. But with the PowerXL air fryer, you get to save up to 70% of calories from fat. So if you were to deep fry the French fries or air fry them, and I'm telling you, with our air fryers, you're not giving up the flavor. I honestly believe this. This is my opinion. You don't feel bloated. You don't want to kill yourself and not eat for the next 3 days because,
because
you ate all those fried fries, which were great going down. But now you get this nice, like, healthier feel. You don't get that greasy in the mouth thing. And literally with, I like these Evo oil sprayers. Have you ever seen them? There's this company named Evo, EVO.
Yes.
You spray the oil onto things. And you can literally get away with like a tablespoon of oil for a whole vat of fries that you can do in the PowerXL air fryer. And you get to save a ton of calories from fat. And, you know, I mean, that's a good thing, right?
And that's a quick dinner.
Give me some French fries and some
nuggets.
eggs.
Yeah.
Give me some nuggets. Yeah. I mean, listen, we all like that stuff, right? That's why they're popular. That's why every restaurant you go to, you can get them. I mean, that's how you know, like, you know, people are eating these things all the time. So let's not lie to the world and say, oh, no, I don't eat chicken nuggets. We all love nuggets, whether they're realize all vegan or not.
Places have the salads that are most expensive compared to all the junk food.
Yeah. And you know, that's a problem, right?
Yes.
And you know, vegan, organic is the prices are coming down. You know, 10 years ago, it was almost unaffordable to eat organic, right? But now, like, even places like Walmart are serving in their produce aisles and vegetable aisles, tons of organic options at very affordable prices. You could never do that 5, even 7 years ago. So, like I said, today, your options are way better. It's only going to get better.
They're very endless.
It's only going to get better. I mean, listen, food today, as we all know, food has gone crazy, right? You know, we have all the supply chain problems and the pandemic things and all, you know, all this stuff. Everything's going up. But relatively speaking, organic things and vegan things and vegetarian, whatever is you're into, there's lots more options and they are more readily available and more affordable. And I think that that's great. And you know, when Walmart starts doing, you know, going organic, I mean, that's the most mass of the mass, right?
Yes.
It's you like know that it's here to stay. And that's a great thing when these big companies get behind things like that.
Even with Target as well.
100%. Yes. Yeah. Target too. And it's fantastic. So listen, the world changes and we adapt and we move on.
And Eric, where can we get your book?
Oh, wow. The Toss and Go or any of my books, especially Toss and Go, you can get on QVC, you can get on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Books A Million, pretty much anywhere books are sold. It's going to be there. And in January, I'll have my new air fryer book coming out, which I'm super excited about. And of course, the PowerXL Waffleizer. You guys, I wish I would have made something for you. I ran out of time today, but I would have brought it to life for you because it's like, but it's very, very cool and it's nothing like a regular waffle maker.
I was going to say, should I ask him to make something? Because I feel like you're always, I wanted to give you a break. I didn't want to.
No, I don't want a break. Next time, if we ever do this, I will make you something. But this, I wanted to bring it to life. I just ran out of time today. But I'll send you the link. PowerXL Waffleizer. It'll blow your mind. The things that we do with it. I
definitely want to get that. I want to get the Power Air Fryer XL. And I think now we need your book. My dad just mumbled that behind. He wants book. So I was definitely going to say, though, regarding when you have your new book out, you can reach out to me or I can have my manager, Christopher, reach out to you to book you. Remember, I tagged him in the one email, so he has your
absolutely email. Yes. Yes, you're very organized.
And he can schedule you as well if you want to be a part of, for when you have that coming out, for sure.
I appreciate that very much. It's been a super blast talking to you guys.
Thank you so much for everything. I'm so excited. I'm very informed, excited, starving. Did not eat dinner yet. So maybe I should have ate before this interview.
I'm sorry. I'm right there with you.
I mean, he's talking about mashed potatoes, French fries. Like, I don't know how much crazy this
I'm going to try that thing. I'm going to try that mashed potato thing tomorrow. You know I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'll give you full credit. I'll give you full credit. Now, Thursday.
Oh, that's
Thursday I'm live. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. But I'm going to try it. And if it works out great, like I think it might, then that'll be on one of my Facebook Lives. I'll tag you guys so your dad can get full credit.
Oh, Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
And give out real quick your social media before we end the show. I want everyone to know where they can find you, whether it's TikTok, Instagram.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you so much. So it's
Website. Yep.
on Facebook, it's Eric Theiss TV, EricTheIss TV. Instagram, Eric Theiss. YouTube, Eric Theiss. TikTok, Eric Theiss. It's pretty easy. My new website is launching in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So you can go to it now, but it's going to have a lot more functionality, over 500 recipes, everything from air frying to pressure cooking. It's all going to be there. So I appreciate it. And that's just erictheiss.com. So I appreciate the pluggability, and I really appreciate you asking me to join your show.
Thank you. I really had a blast having you. Stay in touch. You have my email. You have me on Facebook. You have all my connections. So any way I can help you, whether it's promotion, let me know. And like I said, we're excited to get your products. So
I appreciate it, DJ Dani.
And my mom wants to get your books at the library, the Hamilton Library.
Oh, well, that would be fantastic.
So,
all right. Well, I'm going to make that happen.
So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I was going to say thank you so much, Ma, real quick. Say bye. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah, let me see Mom.
Hi.
Oh, hey, hi.
The whole family is here.
Yeah, that's a great family. Listen, I know as soon as I hit the end button, I'm going to be pouring some spaghetti sauce gravy on my pasta.
No, you're good.
Starving out of my
I
mind.
know. I'm so sorry. Well, thank you so much, Eric. I really had a blast having you. And stay in touch.
I will. I promise.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.